is he doing here?
Scotty again! Did you see that? Paulie in the man possessed. Oh, against the rim jam from Chris Newsom. Pagana for the win. Now that is a miracle shot. What a play from Chris Newsom. Matthew right there. What a way to end this game. Throw there from the head. Pass by Reina Bala. They go to Tuba. Who gets the basket? They go to Tuba for foul. Castro turning on the Jack. Jason all the way. And the long wait is over. Matapos po ang 53 araw, nagbabalik na po ang inyong PBA, and this is opening day of the 2020 Honda PBA Philippine Cup, brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Bagong kabanata ng ating mga bida. It is gonna be a rematch of the finals of the last Philippine Cup, ang San Miguel Beermen kontra sa Magnolia Hotshots. Magandang gabi, Pilipinas. Kinagagalak na naman namin mga kasama kayong lahat. Mag-margin po kasama natin ang paborito ng buong sambayanan, si Coach Ryan.
Magandang gabi sa iyo kasamang Magu, and this is a very good game to start off this season. Alam naman natin, it's an open season because of the injury on Junmar Fajardo. A lot of teams really are going to have an opportunity to vie for the championship.
Silipin muna natin bago natin simulan ang ating unang laban. Ano mga pinanggalingan na magkabilang koponan? Unahin natin itong Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok. Back-to-back seasons, Coach RG. Bridesmaid sila pagdating sa Philippine Cup.
Oh yes, very good performance for them in the Philippine Cup. Went all the way to the finals, but unfortunately lost Game 7 against San Miguel. Commissioner's Cup, they went all the way to the quarterfinals, but they hit a roadblock against Barangay Ginebra 2-0. Pagdating naman sa Governor's Cup, ganun din. Went to the playoffs, but unfortunately was not able to win against TNT.
Speaking of hitting a roadblock, yung San Miguel Beermen, napakaganda nung kanilang nakarang season, winning the first two in their chase for a second franchise Grand Slam. Pero matinding pagkakadapa nangyari sa kanila sa huli sa Governor's Cup.
Philippine Cup, as I mentioned earlier, they were up against Magnolia. They won in 7 games. The following Conference Commissioner's Cup, 6 games against TNT. While in Governor's Cup, a lot of expectations from them to go for that Grand Slam. Unfortunately, a lot of things happened beyond their control. There was a little drama in that particular team, and as a result, they were not able to win the third one.
And right now, before we get this ball game started, let's send it to the floor.
I would love for everyone here to make sure that they follow their dreams. Make sure they work hard every single day. Make today better than yesterday. And your dream will come true as well. Thank you so much. I love you, and I will see you soon.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we move forward and celebrate a new season of basketball, but let us not forget to look back at the memorable past of this sport. Last January, the world of basketball lost one of its most beloved athletes with the untimely death of Kobe Bryant. He was adored by fans around the world and even here in Manila. His presence here at the Smart Araneta Coliseum and in the whole basketball community will surely be treasured. As a PBA tradition, we offer a 24-second moment of silence for the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to opening day of the 2020 PBA Philippine Cup here at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Our opening game features the San Miguel Beermen versus Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the San Miguel Beermen, a 6'2" guard from La Paz, Leyte, number 6, Chris Ross. A 5'9" guard from Imus, Cavite, number 7, Terrence Romeo. A 6'7" center from Taguig City, number 33, Mo Tautua. A 6'3" forward from Ilocos Sur, number 13, Marshall Lessiter. And a 6'4" forward from Lupao, Pampanga, number 29, Arwin Santos. Head coach for the Beermen is Leo Austria. And now the starters for Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok. A 6'1" guard from San Mateo, Isabela, number 22, Chris Panchero. A 5'9" guard from Angeles, Pampanga, number 2, Justin Melton. A 6'6" center from Cebu City, number 32, Kyle Pascual. A 6'1" forward from Tondo, Manila, number 3, Paul Lee. And a 6'8" forward from Lubao, Pampanga, number 10, Ian Sangalang. Head coach for the Hotshots is Chito Victorero. Our referees for this game, Peter Balao, Romel Gruta, Jerry Narandan, and Nino Cortez. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games Entertainment Board. Ladies and gentlemen, the San Miguel Beermen versus Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok, PBA Tayo ang Bida!
And the stage is set. The 5-time defending Philippine Cup champions taking on the back-to-back runner-ups, SMB versus Magnolia. Here we go. The red shirts of the Beermen win the opening tap.
And also, we're announcing the return of the Spider-Man, Arwin Santos, here for San Miguel.
First quarter natin, natid pa rin sa atin ang Cobra Energy Drink. Mo Tautua, he will be heavily relied upon here para sa Beermen, but it is the Spider-Man who opens up the scoring, Coach RG.
That is what is nice if you have Arwin Santos in your roster who can play two ways. He's not just a good defender, he can also spread the floor, shoot from the outside, a tremendous floor spacer, and they open the facilities here with a three-pointer.
Unang tikada naman ng Magnolia na overcook ni Banchero yung tira. Pascual on the second serving, di umubra, Tautua para sa rebound. Pero natanggal yung sintas ng sapatos niya. No problem naman dahil si Arwin got behind the defense. What a pass from Terrence.
And he backs himself with the necessary speed despite his advanced age. Alam natin, marunong magpakondisyon itong si Arwin Santos. 5 straight points for his team. And now, is anchoring the fast break for his team. 7 straight points on the 3 out of 3 shooting from the field for the Beermen.
Dalawang basket mula kay Arwin at yung assist na yun galing pa rin kay Arwin. What a start for the Beermen. 7-0 ang ating score. And in the last couple of months, ang pinakamalakas na umugong na balita, Coach Ryan Gregorio, itong ang pagkakapagsak ni Junmar Fajardo. He just won his 6th consecutive MVP earlier on in the day, but he is out indefinitely.
Such a huge loss, not only for the Beermen, but for the entire basketball-loving Filipinos, lahat ng sumusuporta dito sa ating liga. We always want to see Junmar Fajardo play here in the PBA. And unfortunately, because of that injury that he suffered during practice, medyo matagal siyang mawawala dito sa ating season.
At maya-maya lang, babalitaan tayo. Ready na ba si Miss Carla Lizardo? Bibigyan tayo ng kwento sa eksaktong kondisyon ni The Kraken.
Junmar Fajardo fractured his right tibia last February 3 habang nagdodrill sa practice. Sabi ni Coach Leo Austria, when he fell, it was so quiet because everyone was so worried. So lumapit yung buong team sa kanya, pinaikutan nila si Junmar para tulungan, and they prayed over him. At napaluha nga sila because ang ganda daw ng ginagalaw ni Junmar, and they were so excited for him to dominate another season in the PBA. But heading to the hospital and when they were getting him checked up, high spirits pa rin si Junmar. He was still joking around. At sabi nga niya kay Coach Leo Austria that even if he's out indefinitely, sabi niya, Coach, don't worry, matagal pa tayong magsasama. Balik sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Miss Carla. Does it help na, hindi naman sa pinapangarap mo may masaktan, ano? Pero yung taong gustong mag-come back as Paul Lee gets the hot shots on the board is a very positive person.
It is nice because that is how you want to look at adversities, meaning you cannot be so negative about situations. You are correct. 6 na straight na PBA MVP awards ang kanyang nakuha. And as far as he is concerned, it is a minor hump. And he wants to give a lot of confidence-boosting words to his team, to his coach, that he will bounce back stronger than ever. So it's bad news for the opposition.
Pero tignan mo naman yung inspirasyon na binibigay ni Junmar dito. Grabe nilalaro ng SMB. Arwin is now 3 for 3 from the field. 2-3 yun. As Sangalang comes up short on that one. Ross behind the back to Romeo. Looking right back at Chris. Terence trying to dance free. Arwin again. This time, inilapit ng bahagya. Is fouled and will shoot the line for 2 shots.
A very impressive start here, especially on an offense for Arwin Santos. You have a feeling that talagang na-miss niya maglaro dito sa PBA because of the self-imposed or team-imposed suspension because of what happened inside their respective team. But so ngayon, all out siya with so much confidence oozing all over him.
Free throws na to atid sa atin ng Pag-ibig. And you know a guy like Arwin is extra focused right now. Gusto rin niyang bumawi sa kanyang team, sa kanilang fans, sa tiwalang binigay ulit sa kanya na makapaglaro ulit sa entablado ng PBA.
Tama yan. Importante. And I think he was able to learn his lesson also. At ang pinakamalaki kasi ron yung patience, and not only that, you have to make sure that you always keep your emotions in check. Emotions cannot get the better of you because you are expected to do crazy things pag uminit ang iyong ulo. So a lesson must be learned not just for Arwin Santos but everyone who witnessed this story.
Banchero overcooks this one again. He's over 2 from the field. San Miguel looking to run. Pero masyadong tikit yung pasa. Tumama sa mukha ni Tautua. Lee pitches it out. Pero puts it up! And the putback is good mula kay Sangalang.
So good timeout for Coach Tito Victorero. They were down 7-0 at one point. He quickly called the timeout to put sanity into their offense and also their defense. And now it's a 5-3 blast. They're only down by 5.
Santos from deep. Doesn't work this time. Banchero stepping on the gas and then the brakes. Lee had to scamper for this one. Paul Lee drills the second three.
So great fight back for Magnolia. And all of a sudden, the momentum has shifted. And that was a cue for Coach Leo Austria to call his own timeout.
Paul Lee, after that 7-0 start by the Beerman, has knocked down a couple of threes. Baba sa dalawang hinahabol ng hot shots. 10-8. Currently, pinagkikwento na natin. Magnolia, back-to-back runners-up ng ating Philippine Cup. Tignan mo naman yung ginagawa ng kanilang mga Gilas guards in the last Philippine Cup. Close to 20 or more than 27 points, close to 7 assists per game. We're talking about Paul Lee and Mark Baroka.
They're always present. Every time they step inside the basketball court, they know exactly how they can help their team, not just on defense, but also the number of points that they can generate to help their team win games. 14.4 points per ball game for Paul Lee, 13 points for Mark Baroka. A lot of shots taken and made, almost 2 3-pointers per ball game. Not only that, between them, close to 8 assists. So you know that they're just looking for their shots. They're also finding ways to be great facilitators for their teammates to get open baskets.
And the Hotshots get another stop here. Pagkakataon nilang makatabla after being down 7-0 sa pagsisimula ng ating 2020 season. Banchero goes the other way. Melton for the lead. There it is! All it took is one timeout, Coach RJ, and they've settled down.
That is correct. And what is nice is they're doing it not just on offense, they're shooting impeccably well from the three. And this is what they're made of. Defense, foiling attempts, and San Miguel looks a little uncomfortable with the kind of defensive ploy that Magnolia has done in the last few possessions. Almost a turnover, turned into precious points. First 2 points in the ball game for Big Mo.
And that basket was huge. It broke an 11-3 run by the Hotshots. Tapos na-turnover sila dito sa kabila. Mo Tautua was just named Most Improved Player. His play from last season, of course, kakailanganin niya mag-improve palalo from that Most Improved performance, Coach RG, because you're filling in for Junmar.
And this is where the huge challenge is for Mo Tautua. You know that the offense of San Miguel is made in such a way that everything happens around Junmar Fajardo. So you take away that component, and San Miguel will be a little more unpredictable with their points of attack. And this is where Mo Tautua can come into play. He probably does not have the same skill set. You pass the ball to him, he might not be able to score consistently with his back to the basket. But he's definitely more agile. He's got more athleticism in his body. And that is why San Miguel is still so excited about this conference.
Lassiter gets a freebie dito sa kabila after Lee was blocked. 14-11 ang nating score. Back-to-back hits para dito sa San Miguel Beermen. Banchero inantay yung pick galing kay Ian. Banchero to the cup, scoops it up, bitin pa rin. Chris now has gone 0 for 4. At nasilipan pa ng foul si Kyle Pascual. As a three-man substitution is coming on para dito sa Hot Shots. Baroka, Halalon now on. At yung pinakabagong recruit ng Hot Shots, si Jackson Corpus, nandiyan dyan na.
So good pickup. You know that this guy is solid on defense. He's fearless. He's not going to back down from a lot of physicality inside the paint. And what is, again, part of his skill set is his ability to shoot from the perimeter. So he will also be able to help their offense.
Yung activity ni Corpus has always been compared to Mark Pigris. Gano'ng kalaki to para sa kanya personally, individually for his career, na nagiging mentor pa niya si Sakuragi ngayon.
At some point, Mark Pigris has to understand that there is no success if there is no successor. So he's looking at it in a situation wherein you are probably the closest in terms of my skill set, Jackson. Just follow me and I'm willing to pave the way for you.
Ayan, no? Siguro dapat na lang o kailangan na lang ituro ni Pigris dito magpahaba ng shorts itong si Corpus. Pero tingnan mo naman yung numbers nito. Last Philippine Cup,
close to 12 points per ball game. You know that he can play offense. 6.6 rebounds, 1.1 steals, and 1 block shot. So two-way player also. Something that you must have every time you play under Coach Chito Victorero. You cannot be a unidimensional player, kaya alam na alam niya kung anong kinakailangan niya dito sa kanyang team. At ito na nga ang kanyang nakuha, si Jackson.
kaya ultimo si Paulie talagang mas sinipag dumepensa dahil nahihiya daw siya sa mga kasama niya sa backcourt. Grabe, may Baroka ka, may Melton ka, may Halalon ka. Kaya si Paulie hindi na siya puro opensa lang. Talagang pinagtutuunan niya ng pansin ang kanyang depensa.
Yeah, so you have to give credit where credit is due. And that is because, and based on the emphasis of Coach Chito Victorero, if he emphasizes defense day in, day out in practice, it becomes second nature for his players. So it drops off positively if you feel like you're not defending enough. Yun ang feeling ni Paulie. Might as well join the bandwagon and do positive things defensively.
Kabagnot, bagong pasok, malamig pa. This is 4 of the 5 from the lineup of death of the San Miguel Beermen with Tautua being the only other guy there. So kung familiarity hinahanap mo, yung 4 na yan, solido na. Ilang taon na pinagsamahan niya. Halalon, chops it off. What a pass by Gio, pero niluwayan para kay Ian. Kabagi gets it over to Lassiter. Iikot nila papunta kay Ross. He wants to attack the defense of Halalon. Ross trying to post up down low. Ross facing up, now backs on. Inside to Mo.
Right around the basket, this guy has good hands. So for as long as he finds his advantage inside, wherein it's just a catch-and-shoot situation for him, chances are it's going to be automatic for Big Mo.
Balik sa 5, abante ng San Miguel Beermen. Baroka backing up here on Lassiter. Looks to make his move against Tautua. Baroka scoops it up. Sobra. Ross flying in for the rebound, pushing it up. Tatlo depensa. Kabagnot trying to create that space. Ross from deep. Doesn't work. Rebound para kay Sanggalang. Under 4 now remaining in this opening frame. Napakarami nang nangyari dito sa loob ng Smart Araneta. As Lee tries to go to the spin, is tied up. Lassiter whistled for the personal.
Just a deep guard situation here. The arsenal of Coach Chito Victorero. You take out one guy, halos wala kang mawawala eh. Palitan mo si Poli, ang kapalit si Banchero. So hindi bumababa at lumulundo yung laro mo.
Kumbaga sa Mahjong, walang panapon.
Wala!
Diba?
So maraming nagtatanong nung kinuha nila si Banchero, ano mangyayari doon sa kanilang rotation? Masikip ng masikip yung mga gwardya. But alam ni Coach Chito, pwede siyang mag-2 small, pwede siyang mag-3 small. So mabibigyan pa rin niya ng oras yung kanyang mga mandirigma.
Did you see that challenge from Jackson Corpus? He wanted none of that highlight play in the making para kay Tautua, making Mo earn it from the line with these 2 shots.
Now that is a great show of mentality that Jackson Corpus has. He's gonna give off 1 foul. So make sure that it's not gonna be end 1. So as far as he is concerned, every single game, even in the elimination round, you have to give a play of foul. So doon pa lang, alam mo na, napalaban talaga ito.
17-11 ang nasa ating talaan. It is SMB by 6. Halalon ng metangan. Halalon goes to the left. Flip shot, di umubra. Rebound, hindi na handle ni Escoto. Isa sa pinakabagong pyramid.
So a new player also for Coach Leo Austria. Itong si Bam Bam Gamalinda. Pati itong si Escoto. Bago rin yan. First time to don the San Miguel uniform.
Sa kabila naman, pumasok si Rome De La Rosa as a catch and shoot is missed here by Baroka. Cabagnot, the veteran, swings it around. Mo from deep. Doesn't work. And you see the hot shots every single time they pull down a rebound. They try and push it up. They turn it over this time, though. A little too fast for their own good.
You go back to the shot of Mo Tautua. Yes, once in a while he has to take that shot to make his defense play him decently. But if you see the roster that he has right now, Escoto is also more of a floor spacer. So that means if he keeps on taking shots from the outside, who's gonna get the rebound?
Pero doon sa poste, na double team shot, nahaplutan ng bola. But San Miguel gets the counter steal. It's a 4-on-2 the other way. Kapagi is open. Doesn't work. Corpus para sa rebound. Pampitong turnover na yun para dito sa Magnolia. Coach Chito looks like he wants to talk things over. Is it going to be a 30 or a full? Kasi parehong may full timeout na to sa first quarter. Parehong kupunan. Medyo matagal lang napako sa 11 puntos etong Magnolia. Full timeout ang ginamit ni Coach Chito Victorero. Etong si Mo Tautua, kanina pa natin pinagkikwentuhan. Habang si Escoto is pretty big in length and size, etong si Mo Tautua yung binabanggit mo ang legit na talagang sa ilalim naglalaro.
And he can be an immovable force because of his weight, his heft, and his height, and is just so strong. But for some reason, he opts to take the shot from the outside once in a while, and instead of going strong towards the basket, minsan nagpi-fade away pa siya. So these numbers will definitely increase. In the postseason, he's averaging 10.7, or preseason rather, 10.7 points per ball game. But you go back to his conference average, mababa yan for his caliber. So ini-expect natin with the prolonged minutes that he will play, because of the absence of Junmar Fajardo, tataas ang kanyang numero sa puntos.
Habang itong Magnolia, we see how scrappy they still are. Binanggit mo na yung lockdown defense nila. Pinagkikwento na natin yung pilit nilang pagtakbo ng bola. San Miguel, may nakikita ka bang bago without Junmar there?
Well, they're more active right now defensively, because their mentality is nobody is going to save them, wherein a lot of things are not going right on offense. Pass it to Junmar Fajardo, get out of the way, and he's gonna get 2 points. And even if they don't play defense, they know that they can score. But it's a totally different situation right now. Kung meron man nagbago, it is their tenacity playing deep.
Dati rin siguro, Coach RG, pwede mong gawing palampasin yung binabantayan mo dahil nandito naman si Junmar para gambalain sa ilalim. Ngayon, hindi mo pwedeng palampasin dahil wala ka nang Kraken.
It's a whale of a difference right now playing without Junmar Fajardo. You are correct. Secondary defender, you can be lackadaisical on your primary defense. Somebody blows by you, Junmar Fajardo will be there to save the day. As we take a look at the foul called against Alex Cabagnot, offensive foul because he broke the cylinder of his defensive opponent by kicking a little bit.
Ito yung binabanggit mo, yung Jackson Corpus, hindi lang yung hassle, hindi lang yung pagiging parang Sakuragi. May kamay to sa labas.
Nabanggit ko ba yun?
Yung binanggit mo na kanina yan eh.
Parang maganda yung scouting report.
Yan! Cabagnot gusto bumawi. Sa ilalim si Escoto. Inabot ng foul.
This is where basketball intelligence will come into play. Look at Escoto. He now is playing alongside Arwin Santos. Arwin Santos is more of a floor spacer who will play outside. Will flare out, will pop whenever there is a pick and roll. Escoto in that particular play dove to the basket because he's the other big man. And as a result, he was able to get a foul and shoot 2 free throws.
Kanina pinagkikwentuhan natin itong si Jackson Corpus. May idadagdag dyan si Miss Carla.
Jackson Corpus was a volleyball player. So 22 years old na siya nang nagkaroon siya ng interest sa basketball. And during that time, lagi niya kikita si Pingris na naglalaro. So he actually patterned his game after Mark Pingris. At ngayon na teammates na sila, lagi daw siyang tumatabi sa idol niya. At sabi nga ni Ping, don't force anything. Do what you're good at, energy, hustle, at susunod na ang lahat. Balik sa inyo.
Yung wealth of knowledge mula dito kay Big. You know that guy. You've known Pingris for so long, Coach RG. Yung tabihan mo lang sa bench, yung pagkikwentuhan nyo, yung nakikita nyo, ibang level, eh, no?
And I'm telling you, itong si Corpus, offensively, has a longer range compared to Mark Pingris. So tama yung nabanggit mo. Inspiration-wise, he's talking to the right person. But you have to ask Mark Pingris, where did he get all the inspiration?
Yeah.
And the direction when he was starting to play for Pure Foods?
Miss Carla, pakita no. Ganon. Escoto trying to get by Pascual. Chicken wing foul, offensive foul ang nasilip sa kanya. As we take a look at this tunay na lakas move natin sa atin ang Cobra Energy Drink. Tabla ang ating labanan sa 18 puntos. This, by the way, is the first deadlock of the game. Halalon turns it over. Kakalita on the run. Ay, walang papasahan. Kala niya yung referee kakampi niya.
Tandaan natin,
Yung referee tumatakbo dun eh.
dalawa yan eh. Akala niya kampi niya referee. Akala niya rin Magnolia pa siya. Pinasa sa bench eh.
Sabagay, puro nakaputinan dun, ano?
Oh, kita mo?
Familiar yun eh. Baroka on the run. Kapapasa na ng ating orasan. Ngayon, paubos na. That'll do it for the first 12 minutes of this game. After a 7-0 start para dito sa Beermen, tabla ang naging resulta ng ating unang yugto. 18 kontra 18. Both teams have had their say, RG. Pinabanggit na rin natin bago natin buksan ang ating second quarter, Coach RG. Itong Magnolia, 2 beses nang didisgrasya ng San Miguel. Pero gumaganda. Nung una, na 4-1 sila. Pero nung nakaraan, they pushed them to the limit.
And this is usually a good conference for Chito Victorero, as what you've mentioned. Back-to-back finals appearance for Magnolia Hotshots. And as far as Coach Chito is concerned, sana walang 3 bulok. For the last 2 years, what's great was we were in the finals, but we fell short each time. Both against San Miguel, both against Junmar Fajardo. And a lot of people are saying this might just be their time.
Second quarter po, nagbukas natin sa atin ang Cobra Energy Drink. And it's not just Magnolia. Not to celebrate the fact na merong na-injure, pero everybody else, all the other 10 teams aside from Magnolia, biglang nakitang, so you're telling me there's a chance?
Tama yung nabanggit mo. 5 sunod na kampyonato itong San Miguel, mainly anchored on the heroics of JMF. So you take away JMF in the equation, that means all the other 11 teams have a chance to win.
Pero Coach RG, if you're San Miguel naman, you got guys like Cabagnot, you got guys like Ross and Santos. Iba sa pride yan na kapag sila nakapagdala sa kampyonato na naman, ibang level yun.
And now it depends on the appetite of these players to prove doubters wrong. Many people are saying that they are just a Junmar Fajardo team. So they must step on the plate, prove to everyone that they are more than a JMF team.
And they start the second quarter with Santos, Escoto, Gamalinda, Cabagnot, and Zamar. Katapat sina Barroca, De La Rosa, Sanggalang, Halalon, and Corpus. Tayo naman, ipapasok natin si Miss Carla.
Both these teams are missing a couple of their veteran players para dito sa Magnolia. Wala si Rafi Rivas because he had surgery on his appendix, so he's missing 2 or 3 more games. Ito namang si Mark Pengris, may injury sa right hamstring, pero magta-try na daw siya mag-practice sa Tuesday. Sa kabila naman, si Matt Ganuelas Rosser, merong calf strain, so he is 2 weeks out. At si Marshall Lasseter, napansin nyo nakamask because he broke his nose during practice in the off-season. Balik sa inyo.
Kaya naman to si Paul Zamar is making the most of the minutes he's getting. Hit a 3-on-1 then, but Jackson Corpus 9 puntos na sa ating laro. Ganda ng pagkakapasok niya dito sa Magnolia.
Oh, what a great start for Jackson Corpus. We saw his confidence average when he was playing for Columbia Gym close to 12 points per ball game. But we're only in the early part of the second quarter. He already has 9 points.
Cabagnot gets away, finishes with a left.
And this guy is just playing great basketball. And he just gets better every season. And more of an anomaly because usually you tend to slow down, but not this guy.
Like fine wine din ang laro nito ni Alex Cabagnot. As De La Rosa puts it up, triple is dropped.
He has mastered that kind of shot. It's a set shot, a push shot. I remember back in the day, there was a guy playing for the Los Angeles Lakers who shoots something like that. And of course, he's no other than Magic Johnson, but he's 6'9". But itong player na to, dati wala siya niyan eh, pero na-master niya na, especially yung magkabilang corners na yun.
And that is where he gets his opportunities here. Time and again, De La Rosa has made defenses pay.
Just bad defense for Gamalinda. Yes, if you help, defense is not over. That momentary help, you have to be quick enough to recover to your respective coverage. Lalong-lalo na kung yun ang strength ng binabantayan mo.
Jackson Corpus getting the better of Santos there. Napasabit yung veterano.
Kaya natatawa yung mga tao dahil gawain ni Arwin yan. Naisahan siya.
Yun yung mga dilihensya ni Arwin, no?
Kumagat eh.
Nadilihensyahan si Spider-Man as Barroca is relieved here by Banchero. Si Zamar din, pinaupo na muna sa kabila. Ang nagbalik si Chris Ross. Nga pala, opening day, opening night pa lang ng ating 2020 season. Pero ngayon pa lang, Coach RG, agahan natin ang pag-imbita sa lahat ng mga taga-Bataan. Ilang taon na hindi nakakabalik dyan ang PBA. Balanga, Bataan, Barangay Nebra versus Blackwater. Ngayong darating na Sabado na po yan, alas 5 ng hapon. Tickets available at the venue. Corpus, not that time around. Tautua yung tumapat. Here comes San Miguel on the run. Tautua off the secondary. Lays it home.
Now, it's not always that Mo Tautua can sprint all the way from the backcourt to their front court with no defense in front of him. So if there is one thing that Jackson Corpus has to understand, that he has to be the quickest guy down court to defend the transition for his team because he's not at all small, slow.
Banchero, his pass, inabot ng haba ng galamay ni Santos. Cabagnot steps into this one. Medyo inaalat ang shooting ni Alex so far. De La Rosa gives it up. Corpus again. Jackson's got 11.
Action Jackson making the decision of Coach Chito Victorero to bring him over there is pretty much like a genius move.
Nakapalit syempre ni Jackson Corpus si Aldrich Ramos. As Tautua spins to the cup, he's got 9 for himself.
I'm telling you, he's heavy. He is hefty and he's skillful with playing back to the basket. And he likes that baseline drop step. All of a sudden, he was just gone.
Lee trying to go backdoor. Sangalang couldn't release the pass. Ross all over Paul. And a foul was whistled on Chris.
That Chris understands that in order for him to be effective defending Paul Lee, he has to play him before he gets the leather. So you can see the physicality between these two guards playing off the ball and Chris Ross trying to deny him.
Melton nagbalik, pinigpahinga muna si Jackson. Lee off the curl, saw some daylight, puts it up, kinalbosimo! Natampal pa yata si Paul sa pagkakataon na yun.
Nagkahanap si Chris Ross ng help side defender because off the curl, somebody has to step in and at least cut the driving lane of Paul Lee. No defender was present.
Marshall Lassiter with his second hit of the game. 29-27, SMB by 2. Banchero looks around. Baseline shot on him by Mo. Sangalang from the perimeter. No, De La Rosa working hard for this, blocked by Arwin. Banchero, wala pa rin. But this time, merong foul.
Now for Arwin, he did his homework. I mean, defensively, he was there. But after the loose ball, somebody must put a body in front of Banchero because loose balls like that, second chance opportunities, hard work. This is where Magnolia really creates a lot of second chance points.
And ito si Banchero, even with his time in Alaska, as his free throws are brought to us by Pag-ibig, talagang yung offensive rebounding, he loves crashing that glass.
He's a blue-collared worker. We all know that. His activity, getting offensive rebounds, while the defense is caught napping, is always there trying to get to the ball. And usually, it is because of his gut feel. Alam niya kung saan babagsak ang bola at alam niya the closer he is to the action, the bigger the opportunity for him to get that level.
Romeo with only 2 points so far this game. Being chased around, gets by 2 defenders. May pumaluwag ba? Hindi, no? Pumektos lang. Walang tumabig eh, di ba?
I thought it was really all board. But for some reason, pag ricochet ng bola, bumalik at pumasok.
So 4 points in the game na para dito kay Romeo. Mamaya papakitaan tayo ni Derek Francis siguro ng replay nun. Makita natin kung paano nga ba. Terence again. Inside now to Mo. And Banchero had no other recourse but to give up that foul. Ito. Paano nangyari to, Coach Archie?
Ayan, after the pick and roll, nakakuha ng opening itong si Terence Romeo. He used his left.
You know, sa gilid ng board yun eh.
Grabe naman yung pectus na yun.
Dapat i-credit mo yung basket to sa butiki.
From the left cushion, dumikit yung bola at pumasok.
Usually sa slam dunk contest mo lang nakikita yung patama sa ganung gilid eh.
Dapat 5 points yun.
You? Carla, agree ka ba?
Agree naman. San Miguel's off-season was really spent on figuring out how to go about the season without Junmar Fajardo. At sabi nga ni Coach Leo Austria, they didn't really want to change up their system. Kaya ang laki talaga ng responsibility ni Mo Tautua na mag-step up dito sa Philippine Cup. I talked to Mo about taking on that responsibility. Sabi niya, I trust myself, I trust my teammates. At the end of the day, he has to do a good job of blocking out anything that will not help. He just has to focus and really deliver and really repay the trust rin na pinapakita ng team sa kanya. So he just wants to bring his A-game every single time. Balik sa inyo.
Speaking of focus, Paulie now has 10 points in this game pero halos mabura siya nung pagdaan niya sa pick ni Tautua.
Yun talaga ang mapoprovide rin ni Tautua. Because he understands that he's strong enough to get the impact every time there is a collision.
Yun ang bone-crunching pick.
Yes. At hindi niya iindahin yun. So, there are a lot of ball screen players here for San Miguel. We talk about Terence Romeo, who's just so skillful with the ball in his hands. Tiny opening set after a pick will give him an open look. Alex Cabagnot is also one of the best in the industry using ball screens. And even Chris Ross. So usually if there is a special defense designed against these guards, that will give Mo Tautua, if he rolls close to the basket, dives and looks for those tiny openings, an easy shot near the rim.
Pascual from the perimeter, wala. Santos with the board. Sabay protekta ng bola. Arwin scored 8 early, hindi pa nadadagdagan, but he's getting it done on the defensive end. Couple of blocks and some rebounds there. As Terence gets away. Niluwalang Arwin on the second serving.
It just pays off. Hard work really will give huge dividends for you. And that is exactly what Arwin Santos did in that play. San Miguel up by 5 points right now, and Arwin is playing as if he has not lost a step.
Na-warningan nga lang for delay of game dahil tinapik pa yung bola at matapos pumasok yun. Melton Metanga. Romeo trying to keep in front of Justin. Lee from deep. Doesn't work. De La Rosa working hard for this offensive rebound. Gets it right back. Di nga lang umubra, but look at this. A third serving for Magnolia. Pascual with this board. Lee. Nasundutan from behind. Lassiter to Romeo.
Just great coming off the rhythm. Forced turnover. They pushed the ball. They did not have numbers, but with confidence such as that one, Terence Romeo was able to hit nothing but the bottom of the net.
Banchero still ice cold here. This now is the brand new largest lead of the game, 8 para sa SMB. And Coach Leo wants to talk things over with his squad. 3:49 natitira sa ating first half. 8 ang abante ng San Miguel Villa.
Oh, it's Turo Valenzuela, of course. Orly Castello. Turo Valenzuela, of course.
Stretching the lead to 10.
Yes, Turo Valenzuela used to coach the Tanduay Ram Masters, if I'm not mistaken. And also, si Coach Orly Castello.
San Beda, Kinocha, no? And of course, the dad of Merwin Castello.
And it is nice that the PBA is paying homage to where we all started from. I mean, yung mga nagpasikat sa PBA, kailangan talagang bigyan natin ng parangal at bigyan natin ng importansya. And that is what Commissioner Willie Marshall has done, giving seats for our past players, nire-recognize pagdating sa games at alam nila gaano ka-importante yung naging contribution nila dito sa paglago ng ating liga. 45 years na tayo and we are just getting stronger every year.
Speaking of getting stronger, Mo Tautua proving his worth here para sa SMB, getting that block at the end of the shot clock. As Romeo kicks it over, Arwin from deep. Doesn't work. Ross taps it back out. Lassiter picked up by 2 men. Pasa niya natapik. Papunta sa paa ni Tautua as PJ Simon checks in para dito sa Magnolia. Is it true? Say it ain't so.
Huwag muna, tignan muna natin.
Say it ain't so. Yun ang sinasabi ngayon eh. Say it ain't so. Ito na raw ang huli. Para kay PJ.
Huwag muna, tignan natin. May bubuga pa naman yan.
Of course, itong off-season, napakaraming pinag-uusapan. Ultimo yung Taulapa, yung Baguio, yung mga ugong-ugong, malalaman natin as we go along. As Barroca misses. Romeo takes it right to mark and Barroca slaps it away. Grabe yung depensa ang pinakita doon ni Barrox. Tautua to Santos. Tumama din sa paa ni Arwin yun.
Back-to-back turnovers here for San Miguel, playing a little unselfish. Parehong off the bounce pass at hindi makuha ng bola yung nagro-roll to the basket.
Carlano balita.
And Coach RG, mako-confirm ko na ito na nga ang final conference ni PJ Simon. Sabi niya, ito yung pinili niya because he feels it's their best shot at getting that championship. And I asked him, ano yung most memorable moment mo in your 17 seasons here in the league? Sabi niya, it's actually the first 2 years na hindi siya masyadong ginagamit. Kasi daw yung mga bagong players, nakikita yung journey niya, hindi naman siya top pick, halos hindi siya ginamit, pero dinaan talaga niya sa hard work. So natutuwa daw siya na na-inspire niya yung next generation to really pursue their basketball dream and that anything is possible as long as you keep on working hard. Balik sa inyo.
Sandali. Sino ba yung hindi gumamit kay PJ Simon? Sino ba yun?
Sama ng loob pala sa akin to. Ngayon lang sasabihin. Sinama pa sa report ni Carla. But that made him stronger.
Yan. Naanggulong mo ba yun?
But what is important is, sino rin ba ang kumuha sa kanya?
Yan.
Diba? Balik na rin lang natin yung kwento roon. Dahil 5th round yata to if I'm not mistaken.
Tuwing si PJ pagkikwentuhan, palagi ko lang naalala, una pang dinrap si Dominic Uy kaysa sa kanya. Mali talaga no? Ito ang ating tunay na lakas move natin sa atin ng Cobra Energy Drink. Ian Sanggalang, a member of the second mythical team of the PBA, misses the bonus.
Teka, babalik tayo kay PJ.
Yan. It's gonna be maraming malulungkot. Kahit ikaw, Coach RG, ayaw mo nga tanggapin.
17 years. At ang pinakamaganda kasi rito, tama, a lot of adversities when he was starting his PBA career but he never gave up. He was not getting a lot of minutes because he was usually playing yung hand-in-hand sila ni James Yap Kaya nung bandang huli, nagkaroon ng opportunity for them to play together but we won a couple of championships together.
Lassiter off the turnaround, shot right over Halalon. And it is back to a 10-point lead para dito sa SMB.
Now this is part of the adjustment on offense for Coach Leo Austria because there is no one man who will always occupy yung block left or block right because usually it's Junmar Fajardo on the ball side. Without him, if there is a mismatch, pwede ngayong mag-take advantage maski sino sa kanila. Earlier, it was Chris Ross against a smaller defender. Now, yung back to the basket skills naman ni Marshall Lassiter is now also being unleashed.
42-32, it stays at 10 after that miss. Sanggalang gustong mang-araro sa ilalim. Jump hook di umubra. Baroka, right place, right time. Niluwalang. Corpus to Sanggalang. Huli from behind. Pero pati braso ay ulo pala ang tinamaan. Coach Leo Austria not agreeing with that last whistle.
Humahabol itong Magnolia dahil alam nila they're down by a big margin right now. That was all ball, at least from that angle. But usually, you just have to shake it off. Your coach, Leo Austria, there was no foul. You gave you will give 2 free throws to the opponent. But you just have to move on. It happens.
Every time yung mga coach tinuturo sa referee, tignan mo doon sa big cube, hindi naman titingin ng referee, di ba? Masisira ang focus. Pero dito sa gilid, nire-review sila.
Bawal nga yun yung ituturo ng maskisino because parang pinapahiya mo yung referee We don't like that. It was a missed call. Masama talaga yung tawag roon. But these are human elements in officiating.
At lalo na ngayon, parating ng halftime break. Alam mo naman, sina Eric Castro, sina Joey Guanyo, nandiyan dyan. Everything, nire-review na nila. And pagdating halftime, hindi lang yung mga teams ang nag-uusap sa dugout, pati mga referee. Tinuturo sa kanila anong tama at mali. Ano?
Tama yan. And ano nangyari dyan? Tignan muna natin. Pero tama yung nabanggit mo. Kung meron halftime session ng mga players, may halftime review rin itong mga referees. At meron silang tinatawag rin na coach dyan. Kung nabanggit mong yan, hindi lang natin alam kung sino sa kanila. But usually, they will discuss it. There is also a review mechanism available for them. And they will just talk about the things that they can improve on para magamit nila sa second half.
And as we go along, as the tournament goes along, mapapansin natin lahat yan. Yung mga improvements, not just for the teams, but even sa officials. Maganda yung mga nakalagay na proseso.
You have to understand, we're playing under a huge ecosystem. everybody has a responsibility. Coaches coach, players play, and referees officiate. Ganyan lang kasimple.
45-33, kalahating kahon bigla ang abante rito ng SMB. 30-second timeout requested here with 21.9 remaining in this first half. Silipin na natin ang ginagawa so far ni Mo Tautua.
A lot of positive things for the big guy, knowing exactly where there are rifts in the defense of Magnolia. Also playing with the ball in his hands, moving so well even in fast break situations. So a lot of different points scored right now. Off the ball with a nice catch and shoot situation, back to the basket against a single coverage, outrunning his defender and scoring on fast break. 12 points already and great field goal shooting, 5 out of 7 so far and 9 rebounds.
Samahan mo pa ng shot block yun.
Ang daming positives na ginagawa itong si Mo Tautua. And what I like about this guy really is his love for the game. Remember, there was one time in the Southeast Asian Games wherein he represented Gilas Pilipinas 3x3 and they eventually won a gold medal. And you just can see his youthful exuberance when he won that gold medal together with the 3 other PBA players. Masayang-masaya talaga siya na nabigyan siya ng opportunity to play for the country.
Santos misses, and that'll do it for the first 24. San Miguel breaking away in the second quarter. Matapos nga maging tabla yung ating first frame at 18 all, bigla-bigla na lang 12 maibabaong kalamangan ng San Miguel Beermen into the dugout. 45-33 ang ating score. The Beermen have withstood that 10 from Lee and the 11 from Corpus. Dahil si Tautua pati si Santos, sama mo na si Lassiter, maganda rin naman ang pinakita. Yung 51% shooting na San Miguel Beermen, you expect them to continue or shoot around that figure. Pero ang kailangan nila makorek dito, ang Magnolia, yung 29% shooting lang nila, RG.
And only 15 points in the second quarter. Well, on the other hand, itong San Miguel, ang dami nilang nakuhang puntos. We ended the first quarter with both teams only scoring 18 points. But after the second quarter, San Miguel is now enjoying a 12-point lead.
Third quarter po, nagbukas natin pa rin sa atin ang Cobra Energy Drink. And the hot shots will start with Banchero, Baroka, Sangalang, Lee, and Corpus. Corpus getting the start right now. Katapat nila etong sina Santos, Tautua, Ross, Romeo, and Lassiter as we get this halftime report from Carla.
Sa halftime huddle ng Magnolia Hotshots, sabi ni Coach Chito Victolero that they were too excited. They really have to settle down here in the second half. Sabi niya yung guards were really forcing too many issues. Kaya masyado maraming turnovers in the first half. And he also pointed out that they're playing to the pace of the Beermen. They need to be able to control the pace on defense if they want to pull off a win today. Back to you.
Thank you, Miss Carla. And while we were getting that report, may kiss-kiss ang nangyari dito between Ross and Corpus. As Corpus gave up a bone-crunching pick, Ross would have none of it. May issues na yung dalawang yan in the past season, di ba? Nung nasa Colombian pa, etong si Jackson. Kabagnot, early substitution. Barely half a minute into this third frame, Romeo pinalitan. Banchero may tanga. Sangalang back over to Chris. Malamig yung first half para dito kay Banchero, looking to make up for it now. Mintis pa rin. Sangalang is fouled from behind by Ross sa paghablot ng bola. So Magnolia having the toughest of times to open up this third quarter because of that sticky defense of the San Miguel Beermen. Lee, nawala na ng tuluyan pero masyadong lakas yung pasa ni Kabagnot. Nahabol naman yan ni Ross. Santos off the secondary. Bounces it home. 14 na ang abante ng San Miguel Beermen, the largest of the game. Magnolia going to the post. Sangalang kontra Tautua. Tumulong si Santos. Sabit si Arvin.
And this is one thing that San Miguel is doing so beautifully at the start of the second quarter all the way here. At the start of the third quarter, they're playing tough defense, not allowing Magnolia to score easy buckets. Kaya mababa yung porsyento ng Magnolia. You've mentioned this earlier, only 27.3% from the field. while the Beermen are just playing great basketball on both ends.
And for the second time this third quarter, nagkiskisa na naman si Corpus at si Ross, RG.
Yes, and we want to see this as one of the mechanisms available right now for our referees. They call it a reviewable foul.
Tumaas pa yung tuhod? Paano ba?
Well, I don't think if you don't call a whistle on the first one, you're not supposed to stop the game because of a player's reaction. So let us see what kind of a verdict our referees will have. So offensive foul was called against Corpus. But did Corpus break an offensive rule wherein he was moving either to the left or either to the right? I don't think so. But again, the referees will always have that last say. What they were looking at is a possibility that it might be upgraded to F1. But upon review, they saw it that it was just a regular foul.
Tautua from deep. Doesn't work. Corpus, jackrabbit rebound. Here comes Lee. Nakuha na naman ng San Miguel ang possession. Grabe yung depensa pinapakita na itong Beerman. Lassiter steps into this one. He's got 11.
Again, this team just plays with so much rhythm. If they do a lot of good things defensively, it will propel them to score a lot of baskets offensively. They just have the license to shoot anytime.
Lassiter bounces on the three. What a start to the third para sa SMB.
As if on cue, forced turnover, a botched play for Magnolia. On the other side, playing again with nothing to lose. They've speed up their tempo a little bit, and everybody is just allowed to shoot. As soon as they feel like taking it, they're allowed to make it.
Just like the first quarter, 7-0 start ang binukas dito ng San Miguel in the third. Kaya naman 19 na ang kanilang abate, 52-33. Ito San Miguel Beermen proving just how lethal their lineup truly is. No Junmar, no problem so far as they have opened up a 19-point lead. Magumar John kasama si Coach Ryan Gregorio with Miss Carla Lizardo coming to you live from the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Lee finally gets the hot shots on the board in the third.
They have to slow down. They have to execute well. This is now a huge 18-point advantage. Make it a 20-point advantage for San Miguel. Now, if they play with speed that is not to their liking, that is what happens. They lose their defensive coverage. They lose their momentum and timing in running their offense. Ito ang nangyayari, nahihirapan silang umiscore.
Ang daming tutukang tira ng Magnolia na hindi pumapasok kanina pa. May Banchero, may Sanggalang, ngayon pati si Lee nagmimintis na. Grabe. They are shell-shocked right now by the way San Miguel is playing them on D.
And usually, Magnolia plays good basketball against San Miguel because they understand that if Junmar Fajardo is inside, all they need to do is to quicken the tempo of the ball game and they'll score on fast breaks. But now, because Mo Tautua is a lot faster than Junmar Fajardo, the defense is always set for San Miguel, not allowing Magnolia to score on easy, fast break or transition points. Pagdating naman sa pick and roll coverage, usually si Junmar is also being attacked. But because mas mabilis din itong movement ni Tautua, nawawalan ngayon ng opening to make a high percentage basket itong Magnolia hot shots. Hirap na hirap. They're bleeding for their points.
They've already given up 55 as well. Sanggalang from the perimeter. 7 in the game para kay Ian.
They have to do more, but they just cannot do it on offense. They have to make stops. Only 37 points for them.
Kabagmot lights it up. The offense of the Beermen reeling in the third.
So what is nice is the kind of adjustment that they've done here in the first 3 quarters because they're no longer relying on someone who will man the paint, score in the post. The floor is just so spread. Somebody can penetrate, and that kick-out option is a good offensive attack for the red shirts.
Lassiter to Tautua, pick and roll action para sa SMB.
So for as long as Mo Tautua understands good screens, angles, he's gonna score a lot of baskets because usually the man handling the ball for San Miguel, defense will always have a special play. And that will leave him wide open on rolls going to the basket.
Tig-14 na puntos na sina Lassiter and Tautua. Sanggalang nagmintis. Hindi matangana ni Corpus yung rebound.
And what is amazing is it's practically a single coverage also. Mo Tautua guarding Sanggalang one-on-one. And because of Mo Tautua's ability to defend, hindi rin nakashoot itong si Sanggalang.
Santos inside to Alex. Kaya naman pala na libre. May illegal pick. Si Kabagnot mismo nag-push off. Only 4 points so far in the third quarter. Para dito sa Magnolia, San Miguel has rattled off 15 already. Halalon looking around. Si Lee hindi makalibre kay Ross. Halalon forces it. Puta tayo inabot kay Marcio. Ross pushing it. Flips it back. Kabagnot looking around. Hands it back to Ross. Doesn't work this time. Lee para sa rebound. Nauhuli si Tautua. Lee realizes it. Lee ran into a roadblock. Ball will remain with the Hot Shots. Tatlo abante rito ng SMB kontra sa Magnolia on opening night ng ating PBA Honda Philippine Cup for 2020. Sanggalang, back over to Lee. Some space para kay Paul, binigay kay Baroka. Steps into this one, Andy Mark knocks it down. And here we go again. Corpus and Ross. And you know the referees are paying closer attention to them too since the start of the third, nung unang kiskisan pa lang. And Ross is giving him an earful right now.
Tignan natin kung ano ang verdict. Did it happen right after balls in play? It might just be a technical foul against Corpus. Now this is what Corpus needs to understand. He should never be a cause of distraction for this well-oiled and well-disciplined team, especially when they are down by a huge deficit, because it's gonna add up a lot of points for the opposing team. And you know Ross thrives on situations like this. Pag ininis mo yan, lalong gumagana yan. So somebody has to temper the emotions of this guy. He's a brand new player for his team, and hindi pwedeng aalahanin pa siya ng kanyang mga kakampi.
Kabagi knocks down the technical free throw. And the San Miguel fans getting into it, letting Jackson know their feelings as well. Nice press break here by the Beerman. Kabagnot from deep. Airball nga lang. And now the Magnolia fans are letting Alex hear about that shot.
And he understands it. You know, he's going to be a future basketball coach. And he knows that shot was not supposed to be taken, because defense was definitely ready for his coverage. And not only that, his teammates were not ready to get offensive rebounds. Off timing talaga yung tira ni AC.
Pwede mo ba itabi yung clip na yun kung player ka ni Alex Kane sa UP? Pag tumira ka, ganun din ginawa mo, coach. Di ba? Ginawa mo rin yun eh.
You don't have the moral ascendancy to teach us what a good shot is, coach.
Lee cuts this deficit down to 20. But they need some stops on this end, RG.
Yes.
Oh, look at that spin. Swerte pa ng Magnolia, sumobra si Mo doon. Gio almost lost it, recovered it. Si Tautua pa sumusundot doon.
Alam mo, maliit na bagay, deflections and all, but that can destroy the rhythm of the offensive team. So you're gonna take it. In fact, may mga coaches minsan, yung disruptions ng play, deflections, kasama yan sa hustle board. But good 4 straight baskets here for Magnolia after being down by as big as 23 big points. It's now down to 18.
Alam mo, isa pang sinasabi ng mga experts, bukod sa pagkawala ni Jun Marfardo, etong backcourt ng San Miguel is a year older na rin daw. This is what they did last time around, last Philippine Cup. Pero parang hindi tumatanda itong tatlo to, at least based on this game.
And what is nice about these 3 players is they know how to take care of their body. You know that they play long seasons all the time because they're always in the playoffs, they're always vying for a championship, but they eat well. They rest well. Alam na alam nila when it's time to don't do anything. I mean, at some point as a basketball player, they all have to understand that rest is as good as work. Hindi pwedeng bomba ka ng bomba kasi dadating ang panahon, magbe-breakdown yung katawan mo. So yun ang talagang bentahin itong tatlong manlalaro na ito. They're just so mature, they understand what it takes for them to play in the league for a long period of time.
And yung minutes na itong tatlo, hindi biro di ba? Yung ginagamit ni Coach Leo, talagang inaasahan niya yung mga mamang yan.
Remember, there was one conference, usually in the All-Filipino Conference, na halos 6-7 tao lang ang i-rotate ni Coach Leo Austria. Pero ganun talaga Why change it if it's something that is working consistently?
Ilang kampyonato na, di ba? Ganun lang
yan. Ang dami na. O ngayon, nadagdagan pa sila ng Terence Romeo. So humaba at lumalim pa ngayon yung bench nila.
Pesumal fly by 3. Hindi pa pala pumuputok si Von so far sa ballgame na ito, pero lamang pa rin sila, 18. Baroka diving in, puts it up. Andy Mark with a bicycle shot. Barok's coming to life in this 3rd frame. 6 na puntos na para sa kanya.
He was held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Also was not able to score in the 2nd. But now, sensing that there's trouble, he's taking it upon himself to score for his team.
Tsaka hindi na makatanggap ng bola kasi si Paul Lee, no? Grabe yung depensa ng binibigay sa kanya ng SMB. As Halalon has it deflected. But Baroka gets it right back. Andy Mark. Over to Halalon. Nice bounce to Sanggalang. Off the window. Sobra pa rin yan. Halalon keeps it on that side. Andy Mark looking to settle things down. Sanggalang feeding Corpus. 13 puntos na para kay Jackson. But looks like he's battling maybe cramps right now. Dire-diretso siya ng upo. 30-second timeout requested by San Miguel Beer. Pangalawang timeout na nila in the 3rd.
Yes, and it's a huge 10-1 run here ignited by Magnolia. Just when we felt like it's gonna be a long game for them dahil natambakan na sila ng 23. Ngayon, 14 puntos na lamang ang kanilang hinahabol and the momentum has definitely shifted towards their side.
Under 4 remaining sa ating 3rd frame. 61-47. Sabi nga ni Coach RG, 10-1 run. 60-37 kanina yung nasa ating talaan nung lamang ng 23 ang San Miguel Beer.
Ng mga koponan. So itong Magnolia, they started very slow. In the 2nd quarter, they were down by 12 points. And here in the 3rd quarter, as big as 23 points. But now, with a new kind of energy, their effort is tremendous here in the last 3 minutes. They have a chance to further cut this deficit down to a respectable number.
Free throws para kay Sanggalang. Hatid pa rin sa atin ng pag-ibig. Nasayang yung pagkakataon na yan. But it was Halalon who had that steal right off that 30-second timeout, RG.
And sometimes this is what I don't like. You make it a good opening spiel for these players and all of a sudden they miss a free throw. Parang sayang naman yung effort na ginagawa natin. But 2 out of 5 for Ian Sanggalang from the free throw line. A total of 8 points for him. We talked about this run. 11-1 run A dizzying run here for Magnolia. They're definitely back in the ball game.
Romeo, bagong balik. Three-pointer, malamig. Halalon again. Leading the break. The Cyclone trying to drop it off. Tautua had a hand on it. You've been talking about the activity of Mo.
Yes, and that is usually part of the game plan of Magnolia. They get the ball, they play San Miguel, run everybody to the ground. But it's a totally different situation now because of the ability of Mo Tautua to sprint downstream as fast as anybody inside the basketball court.
Baroka, all 6 of his points in this third quarter. This time he's in trouble. Napasa sa pagitan ng dalawa.
One productive thrust there. Good intention. 2 white guys were actually inside, but unfortunately not enough to get that basketball. Coach Chito Victorero very happy now with the effort. His team is down by 13 points still, but at least nandun na yung depensa nila.
Romeo kicks it out. Lassiter with 14 across his number. Looking to go pick and roll with Escoto. Extra pass to Tautua. Elbow jumper, Dispalinghado. Halalon again with a board. Pero ang bilis, 4 na red shirts nakababa. Baroka puts it up. Is fouled. That's going to be 2 shots para dito kay Andy Mark.
Galing ng uncanny ability nito yung si Mark Baroka. Full speed, then he goes for that floater. So the tendency of the defense is also moving forward. And his tendency also is a little bit forward. So baski nag-landing yan at hindi ma-contain ng defensive player yung momentum, landing spot rule ang papasok dyan. Kaya naitawagan ng personal foul si Marshall Lassiter.
Sanggalang to the bench. Pascual back on. Santos nagbabalik naman para sa SMB. Pinagpahinga si Mo. Baroka cuts this deficit to 11.
And this is more to the liking of Magnolia. Baroka coming alive here in the third quarter, scoring all his 8 points. Ito naman si Gio Halalon, although he has not scored in the ball game, yung defensive effort niya is causing a lot of problems offensively for the Beermen.
Lassiter breaks free. Fadeaway doesn't work. Escoto put back. Matalas. Rebound para kay Rome. Here come the hot shots, looking to cut this to a single digit. Halalon down the middle, puts it up! Niluwa! How many times has Magnolia missed right at the cup?
Papasok na, iluluwa pa.
Baroka, pahinga muna. Banchero nagbalik for the final 2:01 of the third. Banchero with some space to operate, gives it to Gio. 17-footer, Halalon delivers.
That was if on cue. We were talking about his lack of offensive firepower here in this ball game.
Go!
Important 2 points for him. And this is where he really makes a living. Forced to maneuver in front of Terence Romeo. And don't look now. 23 points at one point, only down by 7 with 1:40 in the third.
That's a 17-1 run para dito sa Hot Shots. Tunay na lakas move to. Nahatid sa atin ng Cobra Energy Drink. Halalon getting it done.
That can be a little humiliating if you are the one dribbling in front of Gio Halalon because it was just one-on-one. Mano in mano. Not only was he able to save that basketball for his team, he scored on an unmolested basket. So kanina pa natin nababanggit yung napakagandang run ng Magnolia. At yun na nga, 7 na lang.
Itong San Miguel Beermen, pinuksan ang ating third quarter with a 7-0 run. They were up by 12, naging 19 bigla. Umabot pa ng 23 yan. Pero grabe yung counter-attack na itong Magnolia. 17-1 in the last couple of minutes. Kaya yung 23 na inahabol, bumaba na sa 7.
And this is where the absence of John Fajardo will witness a good thing after the timeout. Terence Romeo was able to manufacture 2 points on a very exciting mode.
Manufacture is an understatement para dito kay Terence. Pero pinawi naman kagad ni Gio.
Si Gio, grabe yung energy na binibigay dito sa third quarter. Together with Mark Baroka, towed their team back to the ball game. They're down by 7 points again, and now Terence Romeo is just taking matters into his own hands.
Terence against Gio, step back J, Romeo delivers!
And this is where the most exciting part of basketball is coming into play. The pride of Terence Romeo was pricked a little bit after that pickpocket job done by Gio Lalon. 4 straight points for him, and great fashionable points, if I may say so.
De La Rosa may tangan. Goes to the spin, kontra kay Arwin. De La Rosa in trouble, puts it up, niluwa. Bola mapupunta sa SMB. And now Halalon is winded. Baroka gives him a breather. At si Baroka naka-assign dito kay Romeo. Sabi mo nga, matapos masundutan ito si Terence. Kita mo naman yung reverse na yun. Lalim ng pinagdukutan. And then sa kabila, step back jumper.
Oh, just a skillful player. One of the best in the history of the game. In the PBA at least. With that kind of a handle.
Romeo being held back here by Baroka. Nataplisan ba o natampal itong si Terence on that drive?
They have mutual respect. We all know that because they're coming from the same stable. They're both from FEU. So alam natin yan, magkakagirian, magkakatamaan. At tignan natin naman kung meron bang ibang nakialam. Ayun. So hindi kay NB. Kay Pascual. Okay.
Was the ball enough in the vicinity? Or was there even a play on the ball? Andun yung ball eh. Actually, nataplisan pa pero pati kamay. Let's see what the call is. Pakinggan natin kay Noel Z.
Come on, Noel, say it.
Yun kasi may foul na kay Baroka. So the play was deemed dead already, blown dead. And then yung extra hataw, yun yung technical.
It is the right call. After review, it was very obvious. The first foul was called against Mark Baroka. But when the ball was supposed to be dead ball, at parang hindi narinig ni Pascual, humampas pa. And the gravity of the foul, sa mukha tumama eh. Kaya nabigyan ng technical foul.
And Romeo made him pay with that technical free throw. Balik sa 10 ang abante ng SMB. 24.2 remaining in this third frame.
That's a tech. You gotta call it, or at least a warning. Chito Victorero first was over the hash mark. So you're not supposed to cross that one. The second one was he kicked yung ating moving advertisement kung tinatawag. Now he's inside again and trying to elicit another technical foul.
So yung LED board sinipa?
LED board, tama ron.
Kung si Noel sinipa, okay lang.
Ay nako, baka ano pa yan? Isa husgadong tong-tong yan. Now this is where the referees must really come into play and make their presence felt. I mean, we've got guidelines set already. All they need to do is to implement.
That's the third technical foul in this quarter now para dito sa Magnolia. Diba? As Santos keeps it on that side of the floor. There was one on Corpus, one on Pascual, and now one on Coach Gito. Rebound is Scotto! Gets the basket! Because Solomon foul. Was it Arwin who kept it alive? Diba?
Oh, it was just a loose ball and just being at the right place and at the right time. Itong si Oscoto was able to grab the offensive rebound, score on a putback, and a chance for him to go for a three-point play.
Mintis ka lang yung bonus. 2 seconds na lang. Magnolia didn't realize it. And that'll be the end of the third frame. So lumapit eto Magnolia sa hanggang 7 na lang. Pero San Miguel may pang-finishing kick. Balik sa 13 ang kanilang lamang.
Thanks to the heroics of a guy named Terrence Romeo.
Miguel opening up another 13-point lead sa pagbubukas ng fourth quarter natin sa atin ng Cobra Energy Drink.
It was still a good quarter for San Miguel. Yes, they lost a 23-point advantage. But remember, after 24 minutes, they were only up by 12 points. So now they started the fourth quarter with a 1-point lead. And look at how Terrence Romeo responds after a turnover. 7 big points after that pickpocket job done by Halalon. So this guy really has so much pride in his basketball game.
Tsaka tandaan natin trace it back to the start of the third, Coach RG. Not even 30 seconds into the third quarter, na-pull out siya. Pagbalik niya, na-turnover siya. Pagkatapos nun, ito na, naghasik na ng lagim si Terrence sa court.
And what is obvious is he has what you call bounce back genes in his DNA. Even if he turns the ball over a couple of times. Not enough mileage for him offensively on a positive note. But yun na nga yung nasabi natin dalawang tira kanina, yung isa under goal, isa step back. Ngayon naman, coming off the pick and roll, defense was not ready. Slight opening for him to launch his three-pointer, and don't look now. This guy has 15 points across his name.
15 puntos na nga para dito kay Terrence Romeo. At siya na naman may tangan ngayon. Kasama niya si Escoto, Cabagnot, Santos, and Pesumal. Arwin from deep. Punches it through!
Championship experience being displayed in the very first game of San Miguel. They were up by a big margin, lost it for a while, and now yung second win na tinatawag nila. 15 puntos na naman itong kanilang pinoprotektahan.
Katapat ng San Miguel, sina Barroca, De La Rosa, Sangalang, Simon, and Banchero. Terrence Metanga, big pick from Escoto. Romeo misses. Banchero boards it. Here come the hot shots on the run. Simon attacks the baseline. Step back jumper right on top of Kabagi. Romeo with a rebound. And for even more bad news para sa Magnolia, magbabalik pa si Mo Tautua. Inaantay naman natin sa kabila yung pagbabalik nila Lee, Jackson, and Halalon. Tinatimingan niya ni Coach Chito, ano?
Yes, parang nag-iba rin yung momentum nitong Magnolia. Dahil napagod itong si Barroca, kailangan niyang magpahinga. Tapos pagpasok, napagod naman itong si Halalon na parang naging spark plug ng kanilang run. At hindi na-sustain ng mga bagong manlalaro yung momentum nila.
Some confusion here as an 8-second violation was whistled in the backcourt. There's 15 remaining on the shot clock, but was it from a clean rebound? Hindi naman di ba? Inadvertent whistle.
There is a requirement for our referees to focus at all times, especially elementary things. Pagkatapos ng foul na naibigay, hindi tutuloy-tuloy ang oras dun sa backcourt. Yun ang tinawag ng referee, but they were able to rectify their mistake.
Yung shot clock tuloy yan. Pero yung bilang ng 8, reset sa 8. Reset sa 8, ano? Oh, look at PJ on the breakout. Hinabol pa ni Arwin. Kinalbo ni Simon yun.
And I'm telling you, yung quickness, mawawala man yan, pero hindi naman masyadong malaki. Nakita mo, yung pag-speed up, parang may pinindot na turbo boost.
Yun, no?
Itong si PJ Simon.
Kung sa 2K, parang nag-arto bigla.
Bumilis
Di ba?
Tingnan mo yan, no? Ang layo nyo, nag-sprint siya.
Ganun kabilis. Ang bilis, ano? Nakarating agad sa dulo.
Ganda nun. May camera trick ba yun?
75-62. Wala na po 10 minuto natitira sa ating opening night. Cabagnot misses. Banchero steps on that gas as well. Tautua crashes to the ground. Simon has Arwin on him. Binewang ni Santos yan. nandun pa rin yung explosiveness. Sabi mo nga, yung trap step ni Simon, nakuha pa rin yung baseline.
But more than anything, it was the read on what the defense is giving.
Yung kanang paa ni Arwin nakaharap eh. No?
Right foot forward. So that means the defense was allowing you to go right. But because there was a quick left dribble ni PJ Simon, naiwan na si Arwin doon.
Simon, 18-footer PJ has come to life.
I'll sign him up for another 2 years.
Yun, the scoring apostle getting it done in this fourth frame, keeping Magnolia within 11. Sino yung hindi gumagamit dyan dati na coach? Grabe naman yun.
Pabalik pa ba tayo dyan?
Uy, nice pass. Romeo tutaw-tuwa, and that's been happening all night long.
Pick and roll, special defense against the man with the ball that will leave Mo Tautuo open if the defensive, especially on the weak side, is not ready. And a lot of times here in this ball game, yung Magnolia caught napping dun sa kanilang help side stance.
Sanggalang keeping Magnolia within 11 once again. 14 na puntos na para dito kay Ian. Ito na naman si Terence at Mo. Hey, Terence one more time with the pick and roll. Terence double teamed hard. Arwin entry pass to Mo. Parang Arwin tukrangin yun ah.
Time and again, we've been saying it. The defense has to communicate. Breakdowns like that only means you were not able to simulate it as well. And as a result, look at Mo Tautuo as if it's just a warm-up exercise for him.
79-66 ang lamang ng San Miguel. Nasa 13 puntos pa rin. Just over 8.5 remaining here at the Big Gnome on this beautiful opening night para sa ating PBA. Magumar dyan kasama si Coach Ryan Gregorio with Miss Carla Lizardo. Coming to you live on One Sports and TV5. Pagkatapos natin dito sa TV5, mamaya Coach RG, marami pa tayong post-game na ihahanda sa kanila para sa lahat ng ating manonood over at One Sports. And again, kung kayo po ay naka-signal, Channel 6 po yan. Kung naka-Sky kayo, Channel 59. Kung naka-regular antena, Channel 41 yan po ang bagong bahay ng sports dito sa buong Pilipinas.
So hindi ka magsasabi na hindi mo alam kung saan. Ang dami mong options.
Yan. Eh gusto mo may PBA Rush pa in HD. As Romeo continues to sizzle, 2 points lang to ng first quarter at 17 na ngayon.
Napakaganda itong bulusok ni Terence Romeo. Lalong-lalo na sa second half natin.
And bukod dyan, meron pa sa Facebook ng Sports 5. Di ba? Ang dami. Meron ka radyo. Meron ka 92.3 News FM. No reason to miss the games.
A lot of platforms are available for our fans. And this is a good Sunday crowd we have here in Smart Araneta Coliseum. At dito mo makikita na talagang nami-miss din ng sambayanan ang laro dito sa PBA.
The last 2 months, Coach RG, puro ganun ang tanong sa atin eh. Tuwing may makakasalubong tayo mga PBA fans, which is every single day. Kailan po opening, sir? Si Junmar okay ba? Sino pa po ang na-trade? Talaga lahat inaabangan itong araw na to.
And let's also talk about practicality. We saw that shot. Great setup job. Terence Romeo attacking the basket, forcing the defense to collapse to him and issuing a nice assist pass to Chris Ross for a 3. But going back to my point, can you imagine 2 months na wala tayong talent week dahil walang games? Wag naman.
Kami lang wala, ikaw meron eh.
Ganun ba? Pero naintindihan mo where I'm coming from, man.
Of course.
There's a huge vacuum if the PBA is not playing.
Pero bukod
financially.
Oo. And pati sa buhay ng bawat Pilipino eh. Yung mga nakukuha natin, sir, kailan ba babalik? Wala na kami libangan. Ano ba naman yan?
Tama yan.
Pati yung mga nagtatrabaho sa mall, nagtatrabaho sa restaurant, lahat yan nakatutok sa kanilang mga telepono, Coach RG.
Yes.
Nakatutok sa Facebook ng Sports 5.
Alam ko yan. Kasi alam mo, I've coached for a long time in the PBA. But what remains is me being a fan.
Yan.
So kung ako fan, ano pa yung mga ordinaryong Pilipino na ang feeling talaga nila, ito kasing basketball parang soap opera to eh.
Oo.
Di ba? Ng mga Pilipino.
Na you can't write any better. This is real life. Itong reality.
Walang script dito. Ang wrestling meron.
So, sa inyo pong lahat, mga nakatutok sa atin, nakasakay sa UB Express ngayon, sa mga Apex, magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. Yun ang pasalubong sa inyo ni Polly, isang matinding 3 to keep Magnolia within 13.
Now, this is the time for Magnolia to really step on the gas. You've mentioned it, they're down by 13 points, but panipis na ng panipis yung oras natin. 6 minutes remaining. And pwede pa, mas marami pa tayong nakikitang mga sitwasyon na mas malaki pa yung hinahabol ng Magnolia, and they're capable of launching a huge comeback.
Lee leading the attack. Gio goes the other way. Di lang kumapit yung pectus niya.
Pwede na kasi kunin dun eh. Kinuha pa sa kabila. Ayun, nagmintis tuloy. Kontra pectus ang ginawa ni Gio.
Si Melto naman ang kaharap ngayon neto ni Terrence. Ross gustong atakihin sa poste si Gio. Gio gusto sumundot from behind. Na-feel niya na may advantage nga si Chris. Against the shot clock, nagmintis. Etong si Marcio. Lee looks around. Picked up by Arwin. Ross comes back to him. Gio puts it on the deck. Corpus to Belton. He's got some space. Quick melt misses though.
If I'm not mistaken, that was his first shot here in the second half. So obviously, wala yung kanyang confidence. Wide open eh. Pero dahil hindi ka nakakatira ng marami, mag-iiba talaga yung rhythm mo.
Terrence again. Trying to shake off his defenders. Napakahirap na tira naman nun. In degree of difficulty, RG.
In the second half, especially on that side in front of the Beerman bench, has become Terrence Romeo's playground.
86-71, Kinche ang abante ng SMB. Largest lead of the game was 23. Magnolia got back to within 7 at some point of the third, pero San Miguel na naman ang umaatake. Romeo over to Ross. Chris misses. Arwin with a big board. At paghablot ni Lee, naupo doon sa baseline. Baroka is back para dito kay Quick Melt as you take a look at this one dream move of the game na hatid sa atin ng Honda Motorcycles. Ganda ng bagong Honda Click, ha?
Maganda, no?
Oo, yung 125 tsaka 150, very nice.
Parang gusto ko nga bumili.
Oo nga. Libre mo naman ako.
Eh, baka nga pwedeng malibre pa tayo dyan.
Yan,
Di ba?
mas maganda yun. I-Instagram mo naman, ano, RG? Eh, wala ka pala, no?
Meron!
Yun, kunwari na lang. Marshall Lassiter gets his 3 this time around. Under 4 remaining in this game. Nagdebut na naman ang abante ng SMB.
And what I'm telling you is, Coach Leo Austria is definitely pressing the right buttons. He's running the right plays. Usually kasi, pag in trouble na itong San Miguel, they just run one play, and that is pass it to Junmar, and everybody just space out. Nung they were challenged, they went to their usual place. But this time around, it's a ball screen offense for them.
Ayun na naman. Right on cue, RG.
Gagaling talaga ito si Mautaw Tua rito.
Eh, pag ganyan nakapaligid sa'yo
Ang gagaling eh.
Pagka ganyan na nakapaligid sa'yo, you gotta stay honest, di ba?
Yes.
As Corpus is on the ground right now.
You scrutinize the 5 of San Miguel right now. Chris Ross, you cannot leave him wide open if he's playing on the weak side. Now, whoever the man who is using the ball screen, together with Mautaw Tua, it's either a trap or a hard show. So, you cannot leave Arwin Santos open also from the outside. So, pagiging reluctant ngayon, yung man who's supposed to dive to the basket to defend the roller dahil baka ma-open si Arwin Santos. Kaya ang daming puntos nitong Mautaw Tua na ito on ball screen, roll to the basket, 20 points to be exact.
Tingnan natin yung nangyari dito, RG. Saan ba si Corpus yun? Number 1, Corpus. Lassiter yung sumapit sa kanya doon. And a flagrant foul penalty one has been slapped on Marshall Lassiter. Alam mo mabigat dyan, RG? Tumaas din yung mga multa ng flagrant foul, di ba?
Yes, pero tinitignan ko kung ano ba talaga yung itinawag na foul niya. Was there really an extension on the elbow of Marcio Lassiter? And his primary goal was to hit Jackson Corpus in the breadbasket. There might have been a different angle from what we saw. Because from our angle, parang sakto lang, yung he was also protecting himself.
Alam mo, kailangan mo rin ingatan dito. Well, si Marcio naman, bihira yung mapituan.
Yes.
Pero yung mga habitual na napipituan ng flagrant, meron na ngayong mechanism din na malaki na yung multa ng flagrant foul. Tapos, pag dumating ka ng pampito, hindi, pang-walo. Pag dumating ka pa ng 8, suspended ka kagad. Automatic next game.
And I like that because there is no room for 30 players to stay inside the basketball court, and their primary option and the goal that they have every time they step in is to hurt people. Hindi pwede talaga yun. Remember, this is the livelihood of all the players inside. So you don't want to lose it because of a serious injury.
Mintis, Silly. At this point, you gotta start thinking quotient. That'll come into play once again kung sakasakaling may triple o quadruple tie sa dulo ng elimination rounds. Again, 11 game. Kada koponan. Opening night pa lang tayo, Coach RG. Napakarami pang magandang mangyayari this week. Ngayong darating na Miyerkules, dito rin tayo sa Big Dome. TNT kontra Phoenix sa ating first game, and then NLEX Northport second game of the day. Parehong napakagandang bakbakan yan. Pagdating Biyernes, Alaska Colombian, and then Rain or Shine SMB. Oh, the Beermen back in action on Friday. And then Sabado, as we've been mentioning, Blackwater, Barangay Ginebra, sa Balanga, Bataan po yan. Bago tayo bumalik dito sa Linggo sa Araneta, Phoenix NLEX first game, Magnolia Meralco sa second game. Corpus taking care of the first. If you're gonna lose, you don't wanna lose na natatambakan ka. As we take a look at this double-double already para kay Corpus in his Magnolia debut. Kung ikaw naman yung nananalo, gusto mo malayong-malayo yung diferensya, baka sakaling magamit mo yung quotient na yan.
Malaking bagay yan. We've seen a lot of teams make it past the elimination round or miss the elimination round because of quotient. So ganun katindi yan, ganun ka-importante yan. Hindi mo mararamdaman sa mga unang laro mo. Iindahin mo pag kinakailangan mong manalo.
Bigla mo maiisip nun, dapat inayos ko pala kahit nung dulo na, no? Offensive foul whistle here on Cabagnot.
And that is why the direction of the coaches usually play until you hear the final buzzer. Score if you need to, make stops if it is necessary.
Quarterfinals for this Philippine Cup will be, of course, the top 8 as usual. 1 and 2 will enjoy twice to beat advantage kontra sa 7-8. Samantala yung 3 versus 6 and 4 versus 5, best of 3 po yan. Semis is best of 7. Finals, of course, is also best of 7.
Now for teams, ganito ang thinking nila. First is you have to make it to the top 8. Meaning you don't want to be part of the bottom 4 because it's automatic elimination for you.
And now, PBA fans, ito na ang ating last batch na pamimigay ng t-shirt.
At para maipagpatuloy lang natin, pinapaliwanag ni Coach RG, lahat ng team target top 8. Pag nato ka na sa top 8, kung kaya naman, wag na mag 7-8. Doon ka na sa 3-4-5-6, best of 3.
Tama.
Pero kung kakayanin palalo, doon ka na sa 1-2, may advantage yun.
You can be a basketball coach, Mago. That is exactly how coaches think.
Unahin mo yung, ikaw meron ka pang by 3s . Naalala ko yan, Coach RG.
Tama yan.
Yung kada 3 laro, gusto mo lang magtuwan na magtuwan.
Tuwan ka lang.
As these last 2 minutes are brought to us by Cobra Energy Drink. Dahil nga nakahiling ng timeout ang SMB, meron pa silang 10 segundo to try and counter the shot. Mo looking around, shot clock winding down. Naku, nagkakiskisan si Lee and Kabagi. Lee and Kabagi still going at it. Ngayon si Romeo at Baroka naman. Terence dancing. Baroka tracks it down. Magnolia trying to inch closer here. Halalon misses. Ganong kamalas ang Magnolia kaninang-kanina pa. They cough it up once again.
Ang daming ganon sitwasyon ni Gio Halalon. Nakapasok na siya. Isusubo na lang niya yung bola sa rim. Pero hindi pa rin papasok.
Sa dami ng namintis na, si Halalon, si Sanggalang, pati si Banchero natutok ang ganon. They are getting to the cup. Hindi lang talaga inihigop ng net o ng ring yung ano. Gaano ka kasatisfied ko si Coach Chito ka na yung dulo na lang minamalas eh. At least nando doon yung makakarating doon.
Ang una nila kasi kailangan ma-address is they have to score more than 76 points in a basketball game. Ang pangalawa ron is finish stronger when you are near the basket. Regardless if there is traffic. Diba? So, nag-iiba yung kanilang tira dahil takot sila kay Mo Tautua.
Santos nakatres sa kabila now with 18 points. He scored the first, or was responsible for the first 7. Para sa SMB, isang 3, isang 2 at isang assist. Everybody up and down the order. Napakaganda ng pinakita para sa San Miguel Beer. Cabagnot attacking the baseline. Na-sandwich Ian dito. So San Miguel will open up their defense, their 5-time defense of the Philippine Cup in style. First quarter, 18 all. Second quarter, biglang 12 na laban nila.
And more than a passing mark for San Miguel, they are going to go out with flying colors in this particular game. At least, yung agam-agam ng kanilang fans, kung may ibubuga ba sila na wala si Junmar Fardo, nasagot dahil elite team itong Magnolia and yet natabunan nila.
Free throw ni Sanggalang, atid pa rin sa atin ng Pag-ibig. Tandaan natin na back-to-back runner-up itong Magnolia. They have been doing great in the Philippine Cup. Nung first time, 2 years ago, 4-1 sila sa SMB sa finals. Pero netong nakaraang taon, 4-3. They pushed the Beermen to the limit. Pero San Miguel merong sagot sa kanila right on opening night, RG.
Oh yes. Huling-huli ng San Miguel, playing with so much composure. Thanks of course also to the maturity of Arwin Santos. 18 points, fresh off a suspension. And not only that, he was also able to defend so well, grab 14 rebounds, a tremendous overall performance for the veteran. Mo Tautua also playing his best basketball wearing the San Miguel Beerman jersey.
94-78 your final score. Etong San Miguel Beermen sending a message to the rest of the PBA. They are still here. They are ready to defend their championship.
And they were just able to milk this offense not twice, but a lot of times. Mo Tautua on the receiving end of nice pinpoint bucket passes. No other choice for him but to go strong to the basket. 2 of his 20 points. A well-executed offense for San Miguel. Well done in terms of finishing off Magnolia.
Sa ngalan ng producer natin for tonight na si Mike San Juan, director natin na si Francis Supilio, panel stats natin na si Roy Lopez, at ng partner natin of course na si Coach Ryan Gregorio. Mag-umarjan po, nagpapasalamat sa inyong pagtutok. This is the PBA 2020 Philippine Cup on One Sports.